The residential design category, co-sponsored by Garden Design magazine, recognizes works of landscape architecture for residential use that exhibit distinction in design, function, context, and environmental responsibility. Receiving honor awards in residential design are Bridle Road Residence by Reese Roberts and Partners. Hovering above Cape Town, this extraordinary landscape fully integrates the house site into its rugged, diverse natural environment. Plantings from the surrounding scrublands weave throughout the garden, starkly contrasting with the clean lines of the architecture. A regenerating biomimic waterfall filters the pool's water. A Cape chestnut tree melded with the pool deck provides shade. The tranquil space is suffused with the scent of fragrant shrubs and the sound of water. Catalina Foothills by Design Workshop. This landscape design expresses the Sonoran climate while taking cues from the Spanish colonial architecture. Ironwood trees silhouette the courtyard. A procession of gates and a trickling fountain mark the main entryway. A gray water system, the first for a house in the area, promises 40% less water use. Heritage oaks shade the pool wall and guest suites. Finally, the color, texture, and bloom sequence of native plants coincide with the owner's time in residence. Lily Lake Residence by Michael Ferguson Landscape Architects Limited. The owner wanted a home that fit into a secluded tract of rolling hills, meadows, woodlots, and hedgerows. From a soggy field, the landscape architect created a pond supplemented with a simple palette of ferns, aspens, and existing trees. A dry-laid wall and pavers are of site-gathered stone. Water and plantings that weave through the creases of the terrain improve water management and redefine views. This natural blend of landscape and pond will maintain itself. North Sea Residence by Rumsey Farber. The solution for this bayfront property integrates modern architecture with natural surroundings. It respects wildlife habitat, plant diversity, and the hydrologic cycle, while eliminating resource-dependent maintenance. To reinforce the low-lying wetland areas, the designer removed invasive species and replaced a lawn with multi-layered plantings of native grasses, ground-covered, shrubs, and trees. The residence areas separate this buffer from the more refined spaces upland. A stone wall defines the entry, formal sunken garden, and pool terrace. Pacific Cannery Lofts by Miller Company Landscape Architects. This slice of West Oakland brings 163 lofts and townhouses to a 2.7-acre vacant cannery site. It connects visually and physically to the larger neighborhood with pathways that bring the urban grid through the project. 4 courtyard social gardens, one a grove of edible plants, highlight recycled materials, local relics, and rainwater catchment. Tall palms punctuate the entry plaza, and drought-tolerant plantings along the street provide a clean, wind-enlivened rhythm. Fedora Lane by Keith LeBlanc, Landscape Architecture. The landscape architect set out to bring the modern aesthetic of a renovated home to its property, which had outgrown any formal cohesiveness. The design transformed the garden into a contemporary setting with bold exterior spaces. Environmental stewardship was achieved by salvaging on-site materials and plants, and by incorporating a permeable paving scheme. A wooden deck and a pool framed with a monolithic coping stone extend the language of the rooftop plains to the ground. Hemet Valley by Keith LeBlanc, Landscape Architecture. The landscape architect was inspired by the experiential contrasts on a Cape Cod hilltop. A steeply sloped forest releases onto a broad meadow overlooking the ocean and bay. To minimize disruption to the surroundings, the entry drive is a narrow woodland-shaded tunnel that opens to a broad, graveled court. The garden incorporates existing vegetation, lush perennials, and a shrub border. Bands of plantings edge the pool area and transition to the meadow. Parkside Garden by Scott Lewis Landscape Architecture. With contemporary angled forms and lush plantings, this garden visually extends a row house lot out toward Presidio Park. The owners, avid gardeners, had sensible but overgrown plans, and activity areas were limited. Rainwater retention and drip irrigation in porous composted soil make the most of the garden's good solar exposure. A shed, repurposed as a studio, creates a focal point. New plantings emphasize texture, while mature trees and existing plantings continue to attract birds. The Pool House by Hawker Design Group. This property serves as the client's urban retreat. The central spine of the landscape design is a 6-foot sculptural cage filled with blue glass slag. This provides privacy along with a texturally rich plant palette. To connect inside with out, the interior concrete floor extends seamlessly around the swimming pool. A sunning platform over the pool connects to the garden beyond. This includes a water feature for white noise and stone slabs that transition among spaces. The Powerhouse by Hawker Design Group. The conversion of a 1923 electrical substation into a single-family residence provided a unique opportunity. The design weaves an urban garden into spaces and relics directly related to the original use. After 20 years' abandonment, the landscaped neoclassical brick substation and surrounding wall retain a distinctly industrial feel. Buffalo grass and native trees soften the ground plane, minimize water consumption, and provide seasonal interest. Existing live oaks and a lone mesquite provide shade and sculptural quality. San Francisco Residence by Lutzko Associates Landscape. This urban garden maximizes the sensory experience of a small space. From above, the garden is a composition. From within, it offers an intimate sequence of 3 outdoor rooms. Their features are sequentially concealed and revealed as one passes through. Spaces are distinct in form and quality. Each features flowing water, a curving bronze wall, or a surprise vista of the city and bay. Restrained planting selections give precedence to form over color. Transformative Water by Design Workshop. Once a cattle and sheep ranch, this 40-acre property degraded in the 1980s as a highway asphalt plant. The owners saw potential in 5 historic outbuildings as well as the property's water rights. The landscape architect's plan consolidated the outbuildings with the main house, connecting them with permeable pathways. The water storage system reestablishes a vibrant riparian system. This plan blends ponds with native trees, shrubs, and wildflowers, mimicking the natural plant geography and Western ranch landscaping. Urban Play Garden by Blazon Landscape Architecture. The client's home has extensive city views but little land. To transform the steep rear yard into a play garden, the design creates 4 zones. The first is a low bioretention service area. Next are a flat terrace and a slope for safe creative play. Finally, another terrace at the highest point provides for discreet adult supervision. Features include a children's garden and an elegant smooth concrete slide. From the house, the landscape reads as a pleasingly simple integration with the architecture. And the Award of Excellence in Residential Design is presented to Lakeside Retreat by Richardson and Associates Landscape Architects. This retreat pays homage to its remote woodland site by capturing a rustic campsite spirit. Significant natural characteristics include a navigable forest floor, a small cove between a stream and steep granite cliffs, and enormous broken boulders draped in moss and ferns. The site-sensitive design was able to provide water and power connections, vehicle access, and recreational amenities. Trees are protected while regenerating understory vegetation and boulder borders. The camp is part of the landscape.